Amazon advertising or PPC management got just a whole lot easier. If you are tired of analyzing your PPC reports manually, watch this video where we introduce you to PPC Entourage software, which streamlines the entire process for you from campaign diagnosis to performance tracking and lets you focus on the strategy rather on data crunching. And below this video you will find the link to PPC Entourage if you want to try this software for yourself.
Hello, Mike. I'm really happy to have you here on Orange Click channel today, together with me to showcase some cool features and latest updates of the PPC Entourage tool, which basically helps Amazon sellers to run profitable PPC campaigns or set up PPC campaigns and optimize them. Today, you're going to go more into details of demoing us how it works. But before we do that, could you first introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background in the Amazon space?
Yeah. So I'm an old timer in this space. I've been here 7 or 8 years now, working with Entourage, and I started off my own Amazon business way back in the day in 2015. Before that, I was a physical therapist, wanted to get out of that and found Amazon, thankfully, which eventually led to Amazon PPC. And at the time, it was so basic and new, and I'm thankful for that, because I think if it was this complex back then, I probably would have been like, oh, wait, this is way over. I'm in over my head on this one. But thankfully, I grew with the space as it grew, and so did Entourage. And fast forward 6 or 7 years, now we're with Carbon6. So we've been acquired by Carbon6 about a year and a half ago, and it's been a great journey with them ever since. We have a lot more resources, a lot more ideas, a lot more compatibility with other tools, and I'm excited to share some of that today.
Okay, so you still remember the days where there were maybe only a few campaigns that basically all sellers were able to set up by themselves, having no prior advertising experience whatsoever.
Including me. Yep. I was a rookie myself back then, and I consider myself a rookie, actually. But anyways, it's interesting because it's always evolving and growing. And I mean, we have so many new ideas, and some of which I'll show now, but man, in the future too, there's so many great things coming out in the space. So it's been exciting for 7 straight years, and it looks like it's going to continue.
Well, then we're really happy to have softwares and solutions like yours because, as you said, it can be a bit overwhelming. And especially during the past, I would say like 2 years or so, Amazon is launching like new updates and new features for the advertising part so often. It's really hard to keep even a track of it. But yeah, we're excited to see how the tool works and what features you're going to share with us today. So go ahead, share your screen, and let's see what you have.
All right, here's my screen. I want to preface this by saying I think Augustus and I did this like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And if you watch that video, or if you're a previous Entourage user, we've made a lot of updates ever since. Most importantly, I think, is the UI update. We wanted to make it really simple and easy for users to get through our tool, eliminate Seller Central, eliminate spreadsheets. And then over the years, we built the tool mainly, we've kind of focus the features for bigger sellers and agencies. But if you're a smaller seller just getting started, you could also use our tool, because that was the focus of the tool many years ago. So it's all kind of worked out nicely. If you get into our tool, you'll see that we have all the different types of ads here, from sponsored product, brand video, and display. You can connect as many accounts as you wish here. The whole tool is customizable. And one thing I really like to show is a couple of really cool views. So we have the weekly view over here, week over week, for main metrics, and also the monthly view, month over month, for main metrics, including tacos, new to brand, and everything else. And the reason why I show this whenever I'm giving a demo of the tool is because you're looking at the overall metrics for the entire account. But when you go down into our command center, you can start to pick apart unique attributes within your campaigns to then track those campaigns over a period of time. So let me give you an example. A lot of times we get an account, and there's a bunch of campaigns that have a really low conversion rate. And as you probably know, Amazon hates low conversion rate. Let me just tell you that. If you expand too fast or go and do search term expansion too fast, sometimes you're putting keywords out there that are going to convert at a lower rate, and that can actually have a detrimental impact on your account. So what we do is we find things like that. Let's find the campaigns that have low conversion rate. We go into the filter here. We're just going to do a simple search for low converting campaigns over here between 0 and 5. and just click on apply. Now, all of these campaigns show up. You're just going to select this over here, go over to actions and go over to tags. And we're going to make a tag for low converting. So this way we can track the low converting campaigns over a period of time. We're going to take action on those low converting campaigns, try to improve the conversion rate, but we're also going to see if we're trending in the right direction. And then you can go over to the view section here, and you can actually view the low converting tag that we just pulled down. These are all of the campaigns that are inside of those low converting tag that we just made. I'm going to hide that, and it's going to pull in that information, and it's going to show week over week for those low converting campaigns. Now, it took a little while because we're pulling in hundreds of campaigns, but here's that trend week over week. And now the point of all of this is Amazon has become very complex. There's product targeting, there's auto campaign, there's different ad types, there's different match types. Within our tool, where we're helping sellers out the most is diagnosing what actually is going on inside of all of their campaigns, and then tracking that, but then also taking action inside of the bulk engine and inside of the Smart Pilot automations. So let me give you one more example here. We go into this filter over here. We can see campaigns with unique attributes. We have, let's say, campaigns with product targeting that are not automatic campaigns. So we go over here and we do not automatic, but we're only looking at the subset of campaigns that are product targeting. Now, you may find with this subset of campaigns, you're performing poorly, maybe like 80, 90, 100% ACoS compared to like the average for your account is 30 or 40. And you also may find, and we're seeing this in a lot of accounts, that a large percentage of your budget is going towards this. And really, what's the point? Because are you ranking for these keywords? No. You're just spending a lot of money and at best, probably breaking even. Hopefully those customers come back over and over again. Maybe that's going to be great for your brand. Maybe it isn't. So the point is, this is just another example of how you can go into the depths of your campaign to see what's working or what's not working without a spreadsheet. One more example here. We have exact match, or actually, let's find the ones that are broad match without exact match and without phrase match. And let's see how those campaigns are performing. And again, track that. Maybe we'll then take that tag. We'll go into the budget section over here. We'll reduce the budget a little bit because you're overspending on broad match or overspending on product targeting. There's so many possibilities once you know what's going on inside of your campaigns. So that's the tagging system. And then the great thing about our tool is we have the bulk engine, which essentially is the ability to get into your campaigns in multiple ways and save money and help you expand. And you can pull in any of those tags inside of the bulk engine. Let's see over here, we have the low converting campaigns. You could then select all of those campaigns, come over here to one of these modules, and they're all designed to help you save a bunch of money. Now, let me see if I have any of these already made. Okay, we have one here, search term ASIN optimization. So now this is basically what I did was select 27 campaigns, and I wanted to find all of the search terms or ASINs that were underperforming. And here they are. And we can go in here and add negatives to campaign, negative product targeting, and we're done. Now, the way that we recommend using our tool is this first step, set up your tags, segment your campaigns. Second step, go into the bulk engine, clean things up. Third step, set up your automations after you've gone through the bulk engine and you've saved a bunch of money. You can go into the automations and then you can set it up so that it works, day in and day out to help save you some money. Real quick with the bulk engine, I'm really excited about this. Amazon actually had us on a webinar just because of the bulk engine, because they found it was very, very different and unique in the space. Here we have this campaign alone had 121 search terms with an ACoS of 81 combined across those search terms. We show everything by the highest spend first, and then you can just simply add negatives to a campaign if you wish. There's all of these unique ways to help save you money. One in particular that I think is really, really helpful is the negative word finder. This is going to help you find negative phrase matches. And let me get rid of this low converting tag. So let's say we select these two campaigns. We want to find all of the unique individual words to then do a negative phrase match on. Our tool is going to find all of them right away. And then you can go through these and sort through the ones that you may wish to do a negative phrase match on. You could see here, anytime the word room was included in a search term, it did not lead to a sale, and there were $16.12 of wasted spend. We automatically say it's negative phrase match. Again, that's just a taste of how the tool works. We have a full university over here. And what I recommend doing is learning how to do the bulk engine first, and then going through each one of these videos. And this way you'll get to learn a little bit about what's going on inside of your campaign. Lizette, any questions so far?
Yeah, actually about this bulk engine and bulk optimization, it seems very interesting because just another day I had a conversation with the seller talking about how it has become more time consuming to do bulk operations manually. Can you describe how it works usually, like without using a tool? Like there's an option to make a bulk download and then optimize, but how usually sellers manage that part?
Yeah, so thankfully I've never done it myself, although I've of course downloaded all the spreadsheets and tried myself and everything else. I built the tool to not have to do that, essentially. Because when you do that, I mean, sellers, obviously they have skills, I'm sure, in all different areas, but most sellers have no idea what they're doing with spreadsheets. However, they want the advantage of using a spreadsheet because you can dive into the data a lot faster, a lot better, be more efficient, get a lot of things done more effectively. That's the benefit of a spreadsheet. Now, to learn how to use a spreadsheet, I think is a skill that, God bless you if you do. I don't, of course, with all the things that sellers have to do. That's why we built the bulk engine. If they weren't using the bulk engine, they would have to download a template from Amazon. They'd have to learn how to manipulate, understand that information, create pivot tables, compare multiple reports in unique ways, and then upload the report. And hopefully there's no errors in their uploading, because then it would get rejected. And then you have to just simply pray and hope that you did it the right way if you're a newbie. If you know what you're doing, then great. And if it works for you, then awesome. Most sellers, I think the bulk engine can help get about 95% of what they would be able to do with a spreadsheet without having to use a spreadsheet.
And in the end of the day, we all have limited time. So I guess tools like this really help to be efficient. And as we know, PPC and optimizing PPC campaigns, it's very detailed. There are so many different metrics you have to follow and how each keyword and also each product basically performs. So it could be a lot of work. And I wanted to double check in with you. You mentioned once you began demoing the tool, did I understand it correctly that the tool supports all of the different ad types which are currently available for the sellers?
Yeah, all the different ad types and also DSP as well. We have reporting inside of our tool for DSP. Yeah, the tool, it also does what I really wanted to show you, a lot of good day parting and automations as well. And of course, all the ad types can communicate with each other. We can pull search terms and ASINs from one ad type into the next and everything else. So yeah, it's all included.
Okay, cool. So do you want to share any other features or show anything else about the tool? Or I have some more, let's say, more general or open question for you as well about PPC.
Yeah, so the main goal of the tool was to remove the need to have to use a spreadsheet or go to Amazon Seller Central and their advertising console. So I just want to show a couple things. See this plus button over here? If you click this button, it's going to show you all of the ASINs that you're targeting, all of your ads, essentially, your ad groups, targets, negative keywords, negative targets, your match type, the tags, the bidding strategy. And if this was a sponsored brand ad, you'd also see the actual ad itself, the creative, the actual headline, and the sponsored brand video. Now, the point is that's going to save you like 6 or 7 clicks. And essentially everything in our tool is built like that. So if you go over here, you're also going to see that there's all of these actions that you can do. You can update everything at scale, including bidding strategies. You can update your placement optimization at scale, adding products to advertise, adding targets, and adding negatives. Everything can be done right over here. And then we also have this unique way to sort of view how campaigns are performing. I showed you before week over week. We could also look at the campaign chart view. Now, the benefit of our tool is it's aggregated across the campaigns selected. So we selected 2 campaigns. Here's the performance of those 2 campaigns over time. But if I remove one of these, I can see just one campaign, and I can also see the logs of all of the automations that our tool has done. This way, if something falls off a cliff and all of a sudden the performance tanks, you know exactly what happened that day, and you can revert the changes under the show log section over here. You can see the updated bids and the day parting and whatever's happened to this campaign, you can see right over here. Okay, I just really want to quickly show you maybe a minute or two on our automations. So this is our automations. We have basic and advanced settings. What we tell sellers is to stick with the basic automation settings. This is rule-based. You set a target ACoS, let's say 25%. You just fill out some thresholds. You can change your look back window. You can also do your negative target automations. And then once you've come up with something, you can go over here and you can save this as a template. And you can call this whatever you want as a template. So this way your template can be applied to as many campaigns as you wish. You can then simply select your campaigns over here and go over to rules and go over to Smart Pilot, apply template, and here's all of your template names. See what's included. Here they are. You can edit it or you can apply, and you can do that all at scale. If you wanted to edit to 1,000 campaigns, you can edit to 1,000 campaigns. If you wanted to edit, you could also always edit as well. Now, the reason to bring that up is the automations are really simple to do in our tool. And we also just recently released the day parting feature. So with day parting, this will probably be the last thing I share, but with day parting, you can actually also pull in the aggregated information from the campaigns. So we've selected 2 campaigns, but you can select entire portfolios or entire tags. And then you can see all of the metrics written out here. We have ACoS, we have impressions. Here's the numbers. You can see in black, we have the upper 10%. So this is where you're getting the most amount of impressions. Here's where you're getting the least amount of impressions. So you could just simply select, let's say we wanted to boost our bid. For some reason, this is not a good strategy. Just don't take this with a grain of salt. But let's say we wanted to boost our bid on the times where we're getting low impressions. Well, here's where we're getting low impressions. We can go over here and we can increase our bid on those tiles by 10%. Now you see it's highlighted in green. We can save. We could even make a template and then apply that to multiple campaigns. Another use case is a lot of sellers are realizing like at 4 a.m. there's no sales. Let me clear that out. Clear selection. So let's say we've noticed that there's no sales at 4 a.m. I can select 4 a.m. And then once again, I can pause my targets or I can decrease my bid, let's say 25%. But of course, if you're having really good conversion rate or really good sales, you can increase your bid on those hours. The point is it's very easy to set up and there's multiple options of things that you can do. One other thing that people like to do is they like to see when they have low conversions. So they'll select the ones that have low conversions. And then since it's selected, they'll go over to see how much they're actually spending. So you can actually see, well, hey, I have low conversions and I'm spending $100. Let's save that money by pausing those tiles. And obviously the more campaigns you load up, and you can even go back 90 days, the more data you have to say, okay, this is a good decision. On this tile, I have 100 clicks and no sales. Let me then pause that tile and go from there. So yeah, that's the all new day parting. There's tons of other features in the tool. I do not want to overwhelm you, of course. Everything's in university. We're always here to help. And yeah, do you have any additional questions?
Thank you so much for showing the different features, especially the ones that are more recently launched for the sellers. I think the day parting feature and how visually everything is like available for the sellers, I think is super helpful to understand like what's going on and what should be the goal to do next. So yeah, I mentioned before, I have one more general question to you. I was actually going through the blog available on your website, and there was a very interesting blog post about why sellers should do like an independent PPC audit once in a while, even if they have their own team who takes care of their PPC campaigns, or if they have like long-term partner as an agency who manages the ads for them. So I just wanted to ask your opinion about it. Why do you think it's important to do that kind of an audit sometimes, and what kind of insights it could potentially reveal for the sellers?
Yeah, so I really enjoy doing audits. I do around 3 to 5 audits per week. these days, mainly for like bigger sellers at this point. And it's amazing to see, you know, even if they're on top of it, it's amazing to get a second opinion on anything. I think you should get a second opinion if you're going to the dentist and getting dental surgery, if you're, you know, anything in life, getting, you know, legal advice. Like, why not do it also with advertising? Because there's so many different strategies, and there's so many. Also, our tool in particular allows us to see it in the campaigns in a different way that maybe they're not used to seeing through spreadsheets or the Seller Central. So like I find it fun. Like I find it fun to get in there and see what's working, what's not working. And I would say 95% of the time we see things that maybe either are just missed, or you know, maybe you're looking at something for so long you get tunnel vision, you can't see it. So I would highly recommend getting an audit, you know, and there's companies that do that for free. Like we do a free audit. There's other companies that do a free audit. Periodically reach out, get one done, see how things are going. You know, I'm pretty sure most of the times they'll find something to either improve or something that is just simply being overlooked.
Okay, sounds good. And I think it's a great idea, especially because everything is evolving all the time with e-commerce and also with Amazon. And I think there's never like a fully ready product page or like campaigns or anything. It's always like a constant optimization and fine tuning. Or what do you think?
Oh, there's always fine tuning. It's never, unless your conversion rate's 100%, you got to keep going.
Exactly. Okay, well, Mike, thank you so much for coming here today with me. For those who are interested to learn more about the tool, we will leave the link to the video description as well. And if you have any questions about the tool, features, or PPC in general, you can also leave a comment in the video, under the video, because we can then ask Mike to come back and answer your questions as well. So thanks again, and I hope to see you soon again.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to try PPC Entourage for yourself, you will find the link below in the description. If you have additional questions to our guest, use the comment section below this video. And yeah, and in general, if you enjoy the content we create, don't forget to like and subscribe. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video with our guest George Meresa, which will tell you some tips how you can scale your Amazon business using PPC. Check this out.